Welcome back, Pisces, to 12th House Tarot Reading. My name is Mouse. I am your host. This is a general reading for the sign of Pisces for the week of November 18th, 2024. Welcome back, subscribers. Welcome, viewers. Welcome, first-timers. I would like to think that you would consider subscribing if you haven't yet. On a side note, and I've been telling every sign, so if you are a cross-watcher listening to other audios of my readings, you will know that I found a whole bunch of selenite at an estate sale last weekend. It was all glued to a tissue box, which just floored me. And here it is, all in this little tray, like 30 different pieces, all in a row here. Let me know if you know of any magic I should be doing with it. I love it. I wasn't about to let it go in the landfill. That's one of the hard parts about going to an estate sale. I usually go to see the houses and see how people live, but sometimes there's some witchy stuff, crystal stuff, alternative stuff, shamanic stuff, Reiki stuff. I get it. I take it. I bring it home. I cleanse it. Yeah, that's what that's like. All right, Pisces, let's get to it. We do a past, present, and future spread with clarifiers for each. Obviously, my interpretation of what's going on. Let's see how this goes. Excuse me. I'm going to get a sip of water. There we go. Past position. You have the Empress, Pisces. Followed by the Four of Wands. And then the Ace of Wands. Scorpio just had the Ace of Wands in their last row as a clarifier. And the Four of Wands in their middle row as a clarifier as well. This is interesting. I shuffle the heck out of these cards. But they are what they are. And a lot of times what I'll find is that it doesn't matter. I could do 8 readings in a row, and like you're the water signs. I do Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces together. You will get the same cards as would like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for the air signs. And it's just a frequency, a resonancy. I think that happens. It's really interesting. So let's go. In the past position, you have the Empress, which is just abundance and the harvest of this wheat. Prosperity. Like she's just living her best life here. There's not a care in the world, which is awesome. We go to the present moment with the Four of Wands, and that's going to be just something coming to completion, something being finalized, something, put a ribbon on it, it's done, dot the I's, cross the T's, finito. And then we have our Ace of Wands in our future position, which is a new beginning. And there's forward action being taken. I often look at this as the hand of God giving the magician his wand to cast a spell. And I know this particular wand in this drawing is a little clunky, but if you can just think of a magician's wand, that's how it feels to me. I mean, oftentimes people will go to the woods and get a piece of willow or birch or elm or pine and make a wand. And maybe that's something that we need to do. Maybe you need to get back into nature and go make yourself a wand. It's a fun little project. All right, let's come back up here to the Empress and see what other cards show up with her. We have the World. We have Judgment. And we have the Star. We have 4 major arcanas popping out for you here, friends. Pisces, what the heck? This is in the past position. You could still be feeling some residual from this. And what I'm going to say about this is that there is opportunity for new growth. There is opportunity for rebirthing and opportunity for healing. Like all of that is happening here. Like I feel that there's a cultivation, like a harvest, right, from the Empress of all of these things. Let me just sit with this. This energy is so big. This is reminding me of the Scorpio reading I just did. The energy was huge. If you have Scorpio in your chart as well, in your, wherever, sun, moon, rising, whatever, however, Go take a listen. It was intense. This is getting equally intense right now. I'm sitting in this, and the energy just feels like anything is possible. Anything is possible, Pisces. Like, this is just, it's beyond words for me right now. And I'm trying to, and you know, this is audio. I'm trying to find words instead of having dead air, right? Because we need to interpret this, and this looks, it's, even though the world is the last of the major arcana, denoting an ending, there's a new beginning, because look at, we have judgment, there's a rebirth, we have the star, you are having a big healing for yourself, and something has concluded, and maybe this healing has concluded, maybe this rebirthing and this, and something is done. And like, this Four of Wands is a finish line of a sort, but it's not as abrupt or as treacherous as like the Ten of Swords in the back, or the Tower, or the Death card. But what if we got all those in this row? That'd be hilarious. So we have the two. I was holding my breath. Excuse me, pardon me. We have the Two of Wands here. It's a choice point. You're making a new choice. You're looking at the world, and you know, and I feel like right now, Pisces, the world is your oyster. So I think that you can grab it by the horns and go. I'm mixing my metaphors. Oysters don't have horns. You can grab it by the horns and just go into the world and go explore and have your adventure. Shoot. And so here's the Nine of Swords. Now, for the Nine of Swords, that's just air. This could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but this can also just be thoughts that are keeping you up. Now, the character on the card does look worried, but I feel like with all this change, there might be excitement keeping you up, if that's possible. Like, maybe the card is not looking at a doom and gloom kind of thing that's occurring, but maybe it's the excitement of the choices that are keeping you up. Let's see what the next card is. Yeah, see? What are choices? Seven of Cups. I don't feel like this Nine of Swords is a doom and gloom. I just think that there's a lot on your mind, because there are so many shifts and changes that just occurred for you that you need to just reevaluate. I wouldn't mind seeing a Hermit card right here, or the Four of Wands for a timeout, like making sure you're balanced, right? I recently had to like put my foot down and make sure that I actually have not just one day off a week, because I was doing that for a few weeks, covering for somebody, but 2 days off in a row makes a world of difference for a person's psyche. To have 2 days off in a row, not just like two random days, not just like a Wednesday and a Saturday where you're bookending your work week, you know, like working 3 days off one day. And I know if you're a nurse or a fireman or a cop or something like that, that might be your situation. Like, you have to be on a longer shift, or a truck driver even. But that it's important. I think it's so important to have 2 days off in a row. So if you can manage that, I would suggest doing that. And if you can't do that now, maybe you can do that in the new year. It makes mental health, it makes a world of difference just to have 2 days to do laundry instead of just one, right? Because you don't want to come home from work and have to do laundry. Let's go here in the future position. We have the Ace of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. So a lot of stability, a lot of groundedness. She is just really rooted in who she is and what she's doing. It's an earth sign, my water people. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They might be here to help you out. Here's another two. So we have the Two of Pentacles here, and there's another choice point. With this Ace as a new beginning, I could see why this choice might be coming up. Let's backtrack a second, because we didn't talk about the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups are the choices, and this is telling me that we are making a choice, or at least whittling it down to two choices. Sometimes you don't need to make a decision right now. If someone is bringing something up and they're like, oh, you got to do this right now. You're like, you know what? No, I don't. And if you're going to come at me like that, the answer is no. Well, we need to know right now. I'm like, listen, is this an organ transplant and you're saving a life? Or is this, do you want sushi or pizza? Like, seriously, let's put it in perspective. There's some of you, you're like, sushi every time. Some of you, pizza every time. Oh, moron. All right, so we have our Knight of Cups to round this row out. And our Knight of Cups is just about more advancement into like some salvation, into the future. We're headed out, and it is cup. So the cup is water, friends. So I feel like this is an easy emotion, an easy moving forward. It's only the second cup in your reading tonight or today, and I'm feeling pretty good about it, honestly. So there's a little bug flying around. I had some fruit in here earlier, and I think I got a fruit fly flying around here. So anyway, last row, new beginnings. There's some groundedness and a choice to be made, but you're going to be making that choice and moving on. Let's see what's on the bottom. Okay. This is interesting. This 5 of Wands showed up in the middle row for Scorpio. I say that because I feel that with all of this change that has occurred for you in this top row, that there might be some struggle. This could be internal, and this could be with other people. I think it's a great time, and I would actually behoove everyone to do this. It would behoove everyone to do this. I would implore you to do this, to take inventory, to decide if the people in your life, I know it's a big one, right? Who in your life are you taking forward into the next year with you? Who are those that support you? Who are those that can be in your inner circle? Who needs to be moved to the second or third ring around you, right? Into a further orbit. You can still be in your life, but who gets the privilege and the honor of being in your inner circle? Right? Who knows you? Who do you trust? And, you know, who's there for you? Who's listening to you? Who's challenging you? Who's bringing wisdom and opportunity to you? Who's remembering the story that you told 4 years ago, and they bring it up because it was relevant to the conversation? You know what I mean? Like, who's paying attention? So that's what's coming up for me. And I feel like there's some house cleaning being done. Now, I'm going to be a little remiss if I don't pull this card off and see what the next one is, because for Scorpio, there was such a powerful reading, and I should have, because the Fool card was next. Look at Chariot. I don't read reversals. So we're still moving forward, friends. There's a lot of movement happening. I'm going to leave it at that. But there's a lot of movement happening. I feel that there's a lot of choices that are coming up for you. I'm here for it. I think it's going to be a great week, great ending to November for you coming up. I feel that if you take the bull by the horns here, take life by the horns, that there's going to be wonderful opportunities of worldly things you don't even know yet. So thanks for being here. Consider subscribing so that my little channel can grow and you can be like, the algorithm can bring me back to you. I'm sending you all Reiki. I'll be back next week. Take good care.